Hi Scorpio, welcome to your monthly reading. I'm Ashley Rose and this is your monthly reading for January 2022. Happy New Year. This reading we are going to pull 7 cards for the overview of our month, an oracle card, 3 cards for our love life, 3 cards to clarify, and we will end with an affirmation card. There is a lot going on at the beginning of 2022. 2022 is going to be big for us for a lot of different reasons. 22 is the master number of the builder. So what are we willing and wanting and ready to create in our life? What desires are kind of front and center, and what are we really, ready to have? Because what we build and what we put our energy into creating will form a solid foundation for us to really flourish and bloom. So we have, coming into January, we have a new moon in Capricorn right at the beginning, helping us embark on this new journey, because a new moon is the start of a lunar cycle, and it's a time for us to set new intentions, come up with a new plan, fill our reservoir with light, kind of fill our cups back up. With it being in Capricorn, we're coming up with the ideas and the plan needed that's necessary to execute this kind of perfectly in our lives, right? Because Capricorns are very good workers, and that's what they do. They execute perfectly. They are very detail oriented. They know what needs to be done to get it done. And that's what we're doing. We're getting that inspiration to get it done. And we're in Capricorn season. So we are excited to work on our ideas and work on our passions and the plans that we came up with in December that are going to help us, move forward swiftly in 2022. We have Mercury retrograde, calm down, happening January 13th. And I really don't feel like this retrograde is going to come in disturb everything that we have going on. What it's really going to do is shake things up internally and have us observe and be aware of these thought patterns, these beliefs, these behaviors that are going on in our life that don't serve this plan that we have made to move forward. Because coming into 2022, I've been saying that it feels like, kind of foggy, like we're waking up out of a deep sleep where we have all of these things, accessible to us, and we just are unsure on how to use it. We kind of getting the dust off our eyes, okay, what is that? That's how I feel, or that's how the energy feels to me. And as we go throughout the month, it'll be a lot easier to grasp and get our, our hands dirty with it, but it's kind of going to start off just a little unclear. Then we have Venus retrograde going on right now, so our relationships are getting a big makeover. We're looking at the toxic traits within those, how we can, better find balance within our relationships, how we can, use our voice, how we can, get in touch with that connection again. Because if you haven't watched my 2022, what's to come in 2022 video, one of the big themes for this year is relationships, and it's balance and spirituality. And it's not even you need to be this crazy spiritual person, but it's deepening that connection with ourselves and deepening the connection within our relationships and finding those balances. So I feel like Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde comes to kind of shake that off, or get us aware of the things that need to change, so that we can do that in the beginning of this year. And then the rest of the year, everything kind of falls, or I shouldn't say everything's going to fall in place perfectly, but things can fall into place a little more perfectly. Then we have Jupiter is in Pisces, and Jupiter is the lucky planet. Being in Pisces is your dreams, the mysterious, mysterious, the occult, our spirituality. That's why I'm talking about spirituality being a really big thing, because with Jupiter being the lucky planet in the place of our spirituality, when we get in touch with our spirituality and we deepen that connection, we can really find a lot of good luck, and it can again be a very fruitful time for us to build the things that we really want to have in our life. So getting our desires clear is going to be a big one as well. What else do we have going on? I feel like I went through that pretty fast. Yeah, this month is going to be, it really is that kind of just like opening our eyes to everything that's in front of us, and back to that connection in our relationships. We're learning that we can get to our goal a little bit faster when we are united and connected, and we can lean on each other. That's a really big one. We see a lot of people. Jeez Louise, sorry, 1 second. There's a lot of energy going on in your love life, Scorpios. What's going on in your relationships? What was I saying? Sorry, the cards flew and I lost my train of thought. Oh, Scorpios. I love you for always digging deep. I love you for always digging deep. And you're gonna dig deep. And we're digging deep this month. Kind of again, what's the themes are bringing our dreams into reality, essentially. And we are digging deep to do that, but we gotta be willing to communicate the things that we find as well, and be the balance in our life if things feel out of balance in our outer life. Does that make sense? Because at the beginning of the month we have Queen of Swords, and she is like helping us move forward. She was like, we are walking into 2022 in charge of our dreams, in charge of our thoughts, in charge of the way that we communicate, and we are communicating what we are receiving in a way that helps us transform our world around us. She's like, okay, here's the way, right? Her sword is pointing up, so that's the indication that she is getting her thoughts and her ideas from above, from the divine, from your higher self. So you can trust what you're receiving in the beginning of the month, especially again when we're talking about that new moon in Capricorn, when and the ideas and the messages that you get during that time on how to move forward and use this month to your best of your ability to again create the things that you're building in your life, because you are going on a journey. I mean, all of us are really, throughout all these readings, everybody is on a new journey this year, really is, but ours is to really go after that, right? I was saying digging deep, right? And looking at the thoughts and the negative things that we allow to keep playing in our minds. And we are going on this journey, and it's kind of like we've just left everything behind and we jumped into this boat and we're like, go. But all the swords are still coming with us. All the things that still keep us up at night are still with us. And even when we get to this next destination, they're still going to be here. So we have to take time, and I believe that's what Mercury retrograde is really going to do for you this month, is taking that time to sort through the anxieties, the doubts, the insecurities, the things that keep us held back from feeling this happiness and the success that we want to have in our life, and having those good feeling emotions. That's going to be a tough one for us to go through, or for you to work through, but you're Scorpios and you're strong and you can do it, and you are very comfortable in kind of, like I said, digging deep in figuring out the root of what's causing these things, because this is a Nine of Swords. So this is 9 being the number of spirituality and completion. You're completing this cycle of understanding, or this cycle of doubt that keeps us up at night, that keeps us anxious, that keeps us, not resting and filling up our energy again, because your body needs that too. If you're always up worrying, even when you're awake or when you're sleeping, you're not giving your body the time it needs to rest. And especially during this time of massive transformation and kind of change that we're all going through, it's going to be super important that our bodies have that time to rest. There's flowers, there's these roses all over this blanket, and that's signaling a rebirth, right? So again, that's completion. And when we do that, we allow ourselves to kind of be awaken and kind of ascend a little bit, right? We hit this new level of spirituality because we're deeper connected to ourselves with this understanding that we're getting in. So trust what comes up, because again, the Queen of Swords is taking you on a journey. She's supporting you with this, so you can transform the thoughts that are going on here, so we can really, again, create the life that we want to build, create this balance, have harmony in what we have going on. We have the Two of Pentacles sitting in the middle of our reading. So 2 is the number for relationships. Again, balance in duality. You're going to hear me say balance a lot because that's a very big theme and it's popping up for everybody. And in this balance that we receive this month, with this being in the middle of our reading, it's super important. Just want to say that again, that we are learning that we can handle anything that comes our way. He's sitting here, he's juggling these 2 pentacles. He's juggling his security, his abundance, his finances, his family, the things that make him feel secure, right? And he's on this, up and down like the waves, right? This is a journey. We can handle what comes to us, the ups and downs of life. There's blue all behind you. So you trust your intuition through this. You're trusting your path again, right? Trusting the journey of what's happening. And you can create this balanced flow of energy that's infinite. And we're not stopping. We're continuing and we're working on what is going on in our life. This is the 8 of Pentacles. He's all about, using his power and his confidence for what he wants, what he knows to be true, to work on his life. So that's what we're doing. And you're so close. You have like 2 more little pentacles that you need to put up there. And so take this month to do that, to apply yourself to the things that need to change, to apply yourself to the thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the insecurities that no longer serve a purpose or a space in your life anymore. He's got a red pants on and a blue shirt, and that's your intuition and your desires is what is leading this work. So stay connected into what you love, what makes you happy and excited. And if you don't know what that is, take this as a month to play around and explore with that, right? Mercury being in retrograde is telling us not to really take action and do anything. We're not starting new projects, but we could take this time to learn more about ourselves, maybe learn a new hobby, maybe start knitting. I've been really loving that example lately. But applying yourself instead to things that are really going to better your future, and instead of trying to get caught up in, how I can outthink my future. Because leading that in the work that we're doing, we have this 7 of Swords in reverse. And this is, when it's this way, this is like manipulation, this is deception, this is playing games with yourself, playing games with everybody around you. You went to the carnival, and while everybody was busy having fun, instead of having fun, you decided to deceive and steal everybody's swords and then leave before they even knew, and now you have no more friends, right? And that's not fun. We don't want to do that. That's not using your mind and your creativity in the best way served for you. But with it being in reverse, you are using it in that way. You're using it and applying it to what really matters, right? We have swords up right here, but over here we're reversing. So throughout this month, don't worry about this stuff that's keeping you up at night, because you're putting in the work to change it. You're putting in the work to not allow those anxieties to manifest into manipulation, to manifest into deception, to, deceive yourself from good friendships and good feeling times. Hello, Miss Heidi. But instead to have fun and appreciate what's going on around you and to have presence. Oh my God. Girl. And then we end the month with the 3 of Pentacles being in reverse. And I feel like this is like not being able to see where we're going in the future. And that's okay. Not being able to feel like everything is kind of like written on the stone for you, and that people are like around you and admiring you, and you don't need the admiration right now. You just need to focus on yourself, because just because you can't see where you're going now doesn't mean you're not going anywhere. And what's important is for you to transform the thoughts and the ideas that you're having so that you can receive what you need to, so that we can flip this upside down, so that we can start putting our work into something like our purpose and our passion. But what really needs our attention right now is, again, our mind. Because when we have a clear mind, we can create a clear and balanced life. Moving into our oracle card, that we have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. 100%, that's what's happening. We are walking into a new way of being, and you're learning how to integrate the messages that you're receiving with what's going on around you. So that's why this work and like actual physical work right now is not necessarily a big thing. What is big and important is for you to rework the inner workings of your mind, right? This energetic upgrade. That's why we feel the need to be more by ourselves, take some solo time, because we're upgrading our energy. And that's not something that we can do with other people. That's something that we do individually. All right, we are moving into our love reading. We have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership with Ace of Wands. Ooh, I love this. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, Knight of Cups. And then we have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other, the Hierophant in reverse. I love this. And I love that there's this retreat, because I feel like that even speaks to like Mercury in retrograde, because you're going within to listen, even this Knight of Cups, to going within to listen to yourself, to listen to your dreams and your desires. And this Knight of Cups comes to like offer you something for that. We have with Give Our Relationships, Ace of Wands, your relationship's getting an energy to it. So trust what's going on, because that's, I feel like that's saying that's a part of you, that's part of your path and your purpose. So you could have somebody come in this month, but you know, don't make any big commitments. Trust your gut, because we have Venus and Mercury retrograde going on right now. That could be sometimes a, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't find the word, but you know, like sometimes like you'll go into Mercury retrograde thinking you like somebody, and then you come out of it and you're like, I don't know why that happened, type of deal. So don't make any commitments now, but you could have something exciting that's coming in, especially when it comes to your relationship, a new energy, a new focus. I feel like this is more for like people in relationships right now. And then we have this retreat. And then we have, when we have retreat, and then this little knight in shining armor too. So maybe somebody's coming in. I lied. Maybe somebody's coming in. Could be an air, fire sign. Yeah, air, fire, maybe a water sign. Pay attention, but again, use your own discernment. This time's really more for you than for somebody else. And maybe they just give you, somebody comes in platonically to offer you some guidance in terms of like working on that inner world. And then we have heart-to-heart conversations with the Hierophant. So this isn't conversations that I think you're having with other people. We're not trying to lean on a community, connect with others with. You're having this heart-to-heart conversation with yourself. What do I want in my love life? Where do I want to go in my love life? What are my needs? What are my desires? What is the relationship that I'm actually looking for? And I love that, because you really are kind of like putting it all out there and mapping out what is going to be the best year for you, and what is the best way to make that happen. And that's, ultimately what you're doing. So don't put too much pressure on yourself in that area. Gonna get into our affirmation. If you'd like to know more about me and what I have going on, you can check out my website. That's ashley-rose.com. Follow me on Instagram as well. The links for those are in the description. Ooh. Here we go. Oh yeah. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. Yeah. And Spirit said yes to that too. Look at you. That's what we're getting aligned, because again, we're awakening. And I love that this card's purple, because it also kind of reminds me of this. And then there's the moon and the stars, and that's what's important right now. Allowing yourself to transcend, allowing your ideas to be illuminated, allowing your mind to wake up to all of the possibilities that are in front of you when you get out of your head. So I love this, Scorpios. It's going to be, oh my gosh. The universe really wants to get to your attention that this is good. Sorry for all the moving. But this is going to be a good January. Tune into yourself and trust your intuition. It will not guide you in the wrong way. And just be present in this journey, okay? A massive transformation for you. I love you guys. I hope you have a great January, and I'm looking forward to see you in the daily tarot readings.